Oh my goodness. Guys, Bitcoin is dumping. Bitcoin is dumping. Like a wild woman in distress, running through the wilderness with a laundry basket on her head, looking like Janet Yellen. Kind of floppy in the face, but toned in the midsection. She's been hitting the gym. She must be on that treadmill, getting that cardio in. What is going on with the Bitcoin price, guys? Oh my goodness. This is absolutely insane. Would you expect such a dump? How sensational. Just in time for the live stream, we're getting some volatility, guys. Things are crazy. Things are wild. My long trade, is it in distress? We're going to be talking about it. A short trade as well. We are currently in right now on Bitcoin. Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. If we can get 1,000 likes, we will be doing a giveaway. Blessings to you all in the name of Yeshua, Jesus, the Messiah. I do pray everybody is super, super blessed. Wow. Wow. Can you guys believe this dump? Shout out to Aaron Korn. Shout out to Crypto Coons. Oh my goodness, Bitcoin is dumping like a wild woman. Oh my goodness, guys. I just can't even believe this. I just can't even believe this. Oh my goodness. It just won't stop. It just won't stop. My hopes and dreams of 100K. Oh my goodness. Can you guys believe this? Blessings to everybody. Even if you're not religious, I pray you are super blessed. Shout out to Woodman. Shout out to Splashfire Films. Shout out to Jacek Gola. Smash up the likes. Shout out to Crypto Crank. Shout out to Idarash Adonai. He says Jesus likes. Shout out to Memory Man. I went short 1 minute before Crypto Face went live with a long. Interesting, man. Well, let's talk about the short trade, guys. Let's talk about this Bitcoin Dumperoni and Queso. Alright, Dumperoni and Queso. We're going to have to pull up ExoCharts here. ExoCharts.com. Guys, it is a Dumperoni and Queso. And speaking of Spanish foods, Dumperonis and Quesos go well with chicken and rice, or as I say it in my language, arroz con polo. Okay, let's discuss, let's talk about what is going on with this price action. Why is Bitcoin dumping? Earlier this morning, the Bitcoin price came up to a very crucial level, which was this, okay? Which was this. We came into the zone. If we take a look at our chart here, we're going to explain this dump. Dump explained. Make sure to like the stream, guys, if you want an explanation of why Bitcoin is dumping. I'll tell you exactly why Bitcoin is dumping, okay? The Bitcoin price came up into the area in between the Fibonacci Golden Pocket and the 786. Now, if you were in the Casper Crew VIP livestream New York Open this morning, you know that we were looking for a short around this area, either a little bit higher, around 27.7, which is actually where I was originally looking for a short, at 27.7, or the last thing we talked about when we closed that New York Open live stream was the fact that if the Bitcoin price gets a retracement locally into the area between the Golden Pocket and the 786 with bearish CVD divergences, we would take a short. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly why I took the short. If we take a look at what happened right here, we saw a lot of people FOMOing into a long trade. All right, we saw people FOMOing into a long trade right here. We can see it on the order book. Let's take a look at the order book. What do we see on the order book as the price was making this lower high right here? What do we see? We see 4 million longs opening up as price is coming to the Fibonacci Golden Pocket 786 area. 4 million longs opening up. Now, remember this, okay? The price. What controls the price movement? Longs and shorts. If there's more longs than shorts, price will go up. If there's more shorts than longs, price will go down. So what does it mean if we see 26 million longs here and then 30 million longs here? You would think if there's 4 million more longs, price would be making a higher high. But instead, there's 4 million more longs and price is making a lower high. The only explanation for this, guys, is that there's a whale. All right, let me see if I can draw. I'm going to draw a whale for you. There's a whale. All right. This whale is absorbing those retail traders FOMOing long. And once this whale has filled his order, he will push the price to the downside. And that's exactly what has happened. That is what we were looking for this morning in the Casper Crew VIP New York Open live stream. That is exactly what has happened. And look at this juicy short trade on Bitcoin. Now, I'll be honest, I took profit one at 27,100. I took half the trade out at 27,100. We have officially now flipped into local bearish market structure. I'm going to be talking about my trades, guys. I'm in a few. I'm actually still in a long on the S&P 500 from this morning, and I'm in a short on Bitcoin, okay? I'm in a short on Bitcoin. I'm honestly going to take a little bit more profit out right now on this Bitcoin short. Just take a little bit more profits on the Bitcoin short, guys. Because when we're in profit, we take those dang profits. But I think we might be able to get a long squeeze down a bit more here, okay? S&P 500 holding its own. I might close this long if we start to make bearish market structure here. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. The Bitcoin price has come up and it's gotten absorption. Remember, we just talked about how exactly why this dump happened. This dump happened because when we look at the order book, we can see 4 million more longs opening up here than there were opening up here. And if there's more longs than shorts and the price is making a lower high, that means that there is a whale absorbing those longs. Right? Because again, it's only logical. If there are more longs and shorts, you would expect price to make a higher high. It's like solving for X. There's more longs than shorts, but price is getting lower. Solve for X. X, once again, the whales. The whales that are absorbing those retail traders FOMOing long. And look at where it happened, guys. It happened right at the Fibonacci golden pocket. And as you guys know, the 618 Fibonacci is well, you guys know. Here, let's talk about it again, all right? It's heartbreaking, but the 618 Fibonacci is my high school crush. Her name is 6Juanita, right? I had a huge crush on her back in high school. Whenever I ask her out, what does she do? She rejects me. She gives me the hand. She gives me the face. Why? Because her best friend, who's fat as a whale, who has a bearish divergence for a butt cheek, is standing there, and 6Juanita is too embarrassed to go out with your boy Jason Casper when her popular friend is watching. And look at the rejection that ensues. Now, people always forget that 618, 6Juanita, has an older sister. And her older sister's name is 786ya. Now, here's the thing. There is a chance that 6Juanita might go out on a date with you. But there's no chance that 786ya will go out on a date with you. Because she's not even into dudes, okay? In fact, some people speculate that maybe 6Juanita 786ya is herself a dude. They say she looks like me. Do you guys see a resemblance? I don't know. And when we take a look at the chart, we can actually see that it's not only the 618 Fibonacci. We actually came up to that 786ya Fibonacci. There was a chance with 6Juanita. We could see the 618. There was a chance she was going to go out with us here. When we came to 786ya, she gave us that face and she was like, we asked her out. 786, will you go out with me? She looked you straight in the eye and was like, no. No, Jason Casper. I will not go out on a date with you. And from that point, we have dumped. Now let's do some analysis on this chart. Again, I've just taken a quick TP here because I don't know what's going to happen. But look at this, guys. Look at this. Would you look at this? We are right now coming down, finding support on none other than the golden pocket 618 Fibonacci and her sister 786. Because here's the thing. Although we were in the friend zone and 618 rejected us harshly, because we're in the friend zone, she will be there as a shoulder to cry on. She will offer us support as we come down to the local 618 fib. Guys, do you see how powerful fibs are? Do you see how powerful fibs are? Look at this. Look at this. We come up to the zone in between the golden pocket and the 786 on the high term time frames. obviously, we're in the friend zone. We get a rejection. We zoom into the lower time frames, and even on those lower time frames, right, the 618 Fibonacci is giving us our lower high, giving us another rejection. And then where do we find support? We're finding support right now, once again, at the Fibonacci golden pocket support zone. Wow. And they say technical analysis doesn't work. And they laugh at Jason Casper. You idiot! Technical analysis doesn't work. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. It's all the market makers. Well, guys, here's the thing. We saw the market makers doing their market maker thing, right? We saw the market makers absorbing those longs. And now, let's get back to the drawing board and see what is going to happen with the Bitcoin price. Okay, now here's the thing. We're going to do some fresh analysis here. Now, I have not taken a long from here. I'm still holding my longs. I'm still holding my Bitcoin longs from 24,925. The setup that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, I'm holding my longs. I'm not going to enter a freshie here. I am in that short, because that's one of the shorts we were looking for this morning in the Casper Crew VIP Discord New York Open live stream. What a mouthful. What a mouthful. Okay. Now, let's talk about some key levels on the chart here. We are coming down to a very important area. If Bitcoin loses this zone, we are going to see much more movement to the downside. We are coming back right now to test the area which is known as the value area high of the local range. What is the value area high of the local range? Well, the value area high, guys, markets are always trying to establish a fair value, right? Markets are always trying to establish a fair value. And for the past few weeks, basically since Thursday, August 17th, 2023, the fair price of Bitcoin, determined by the market itself, has been between 25,659 and good old 26,620. Now, the fact that we have broken out of this fair value zone and are coming back to now retest it is showing us that this is the make it or break it moment. This is where the market is going to determine, do we actually want to trade Bitcoin at a fair value that's higher than what it used to be since August 17th, or does the market indeed want to keep Bitcoin at the same fair price it's been for the past few weeks? If we lose the value area high of 26,650, it becomes more probable than not that we take out all the liquidity that we've had on this chart, coming all the way back down to around 25.5. All right, it becomes more probable than not, if we lose this level, that we will come down to 25.5. Now, here's something that we need to keep in mind here. As I look at this chart, as I'm watching this dump happen, as I'm thinking through my next plans, I am thinking to myself the following. Remember, when we came down to this low right here, right, we saw a magical, I don't believe in magic. I shouldn't say that. Shouldn't say magical. We saw a very shocking, we saw, what did we see? We saw a shocking confirmation at that low, okay? Again, if you saw my video this morning, you guys know that when I saw this low, my face immediately snapped into an open mouth thumbnail holding a picture of Sam Bankman-Fried with no shirt and a Casper Crew hat. Okay, why did I make this face? Why did I make this face? It's because as we came down to this level, we were printing on the 4-hour time frame the bullish Sam Bankman-Fried man boot pattern, where as the price was getting lower into key support, the momentum waves on Market Cipher B and the money flow were both getting higher, right? They're both getting higher. Key support, momentum, and money flow getting higher, giving us the coveted Sam Bankman-Fried bullish man boot pattern. You can see Sam Bankman-Fried's boots getting higher. There's our Market Cipher lumps, 1 lump, 2 lumps, as the price is getting lower to key support. Now, when you see this on the 4-hour time frame, guys, this is nothing to be taken lightly. This is a very bullish sign. And in addition to the 4-hour Sam Bankman-Fried bullish man boot pattern, if we take a look at Coinbase.com on the weekly time frame, Coinbase.com, if we take a look at the Coinbase chart on the weekly time frame, what are we also seeing here? We're technically seeing a hidden bullish divergence on the weekly. So we've got a hidden bullish divergence on the weekly, and we've got the Sam Bankman-Fried bullish man-boo pattern on the 4-hour as we are coming down to a key level of support. This tells me that although we might get a dump, we need to be looking for a bullish retracement here. All right, I would actually still be looking to add to my long trade if we come back down to the value area low of this range, right around 25.6. Why would I still be bullish if we dump all the way down to 25.6? The reason why is because, again, the Bitcoin price is simply trading sideways. We have a fair value zone, with Bitcoin being considered undervalued below this blue line, and Bitcoin being considered overvalued above this blue line. Historically speaking, if you 1x leverage long every time we came below the blue line, and 1x leverage short every time we came above the blue line, you would be in profit, right? Just historically speaking. And so it would stand to reason that if we saw such a bullish signal the last major low we made, and now we've technically switched from a kind of like we had our high, our low, we made a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. We're starting to make higher lows and higher highs. Potentially now this is a reversal. We could look for something like this. Now look at this also. If we take the fib from the last low to our current high, and we put on our fib levels, the 618 and the 786, we can see that the value area low is coming in right between our two favorite sisters who would never go out with us. First of all, the 618 Fibonacci, our high school crush, who always rejected us, and her older sister, 786, who's not into dudes. Do you really think if price dumps, it's going to get past this chick right here? I don't know. I'm not here to say one way or the other. In addition, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, it doesn't take a virologist, it doesn't take an expert, it doesn't take a doctor on CNN to just look at this here and say, well, even if we don't have any of these fancy fibs, even if our two favorite sisters aren't here, 7860, 618, I don't even need fancy tools. I don't even need to know anything about TA to just draw a box and say, you know, historically speaking, this has been key support, right? Just saying. So if we do continue to dump down, I would expect we would come down around 25.6, because another thing we have to keep in mind is the fact that a lot of people were very bearish down here. All right? A lot of people were very, very bearish here. In fact, I remember some people actually entering shorts right here because we were breaking down. I remember it. And by the way, shout out to the sponsor of this content, my man Carl from the Moon. By the way, guys, me and Carl from the Moon have a movie coming out very soon called Carl and Jason Go to McDonald's. In fact, it's about the time Carl drove me to McDonald's in his Maserati.
Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal.
And so look, a lot of people were getting very bearish down here, and we got the move. And once we started to get the move, people realized, oh crap, we're not dumping, we're pumping. So people longed, and they put their stop losses under the last swing low. And they longed again, they put their stop loss under the last swing low. They longed again, they put their stop loss under the last swing low. They longed again, they put their stop loss under the last swing low. We have leveraged degen longs this whole way up. And once we start to come below these lows, it's going to start a cascade of stop losses and liquidations. Boom, 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 boom. An unfathomable amount of money might get lost here. $700,000 might get absolutely liquidated and gone right here, okay? And if that happens, look at where the liquidity stops. Look at where this ugly market structure stops and starts to become clean again, leading us down to this beautiful support resistance flip right at the fib levels. We're looking for these confluences, guys, on the charts, right? We're looking for the intersectionality, all right? Intersectionality. Shout out to all my fat, white, ambiguously gendered college students majoring in trans, non-binary carbon emission studies and intersectionality as their minor, all right? This is a picture of me back when I was getting that same degree. And actually, it was that course that got me into trading, because I realized, look at all the intersectionality on the chart. We've got fibs intersecting with value area lows, intersecting with order blocks, intersecting with liquidity pools, intersecting with high volume nodes, all right? Amazing, amazing. It's wonderful. All right. So, of course, I don't know. We can't know for certain what's going to happen when price comes to a level. People ask me all the time, you know, Jason, is price going to dump? Is price going to pump? And my answer is always the same, guys. It depends, right? It depends. We can't know what price is going to do, but what we can do is we can look at a chart and we can say, if price comes down to this key zone of intersectionality, and if I see bullish signs on the chart, such as, you know, the Sandbaggman-Fried bullish man pattern, then I can expect a bounce, right? If then scenario. This morning in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, when we were looking for a short, what was the whole premise? If the price comes up to here, and if we see bearish CVD and bearish trigger waves on market cipher B, then we take a trade. Well, we came up to here, we saw a bearish trigger wave on market cipher B, money flow getting lower. We come over to the order flow, we saw bearish CVD, we saw 4 million longs getting absorbed, and then boom, price comes down, and now all these longs absolutely liquidated. Look at this, 21 million longs liquidated, close to 20, honestly close to 30 million longs liquidated here, and that's insane, right? And it could keep going. We could get a long squeeze here, but again, we're coming to the moment of truth, which is the value area high of this range. Again, this is the line in the sand. This is the line of demarcation that will separate the men from the boys. This will separate the bearded men from the boys that, wait a second. This will separate the boys from the men, okay? Shout out to Dark Intel. He says, I'm saying a lot without saying anything. You know, I think that about a lot of politicians, so I'm sorry if it comes across that way. But I got to keep it a little entertaining, my friend. Shout out to Dread Mining. Am I shorting to zero yet? Maybe. Shout out to Valentino Scotty. Shout out to Roel Von Hess. Shout out to Sport Billy. Shout out to Valentino. Shout out to Dylan. What color is my chicken coop? Red. Red, red, red. Shout out to Marcel Schneiders. Shout out to Alex Yelf-Mori. Guys, we got about 700 people in here. 300 likes. Let's see if we can't get it up to 1,000 likes, guys. We'll be doing a giveaway. We'll be doing a giveaway. But please, no like bots. No like bots, okay? All right, let's check out what is happening here. S&P 500 holding strong. Guys, I did take a long on the S&P 500 this morning as well, because the S&P 500 also, very interestingly, came down and got a chicken's drinking water. Let's check out the S&P, what happened this morning on the S&P. All right, so this morning, S&P 500, this is the ES mini futures chart. We had, once again, a level of liquidity down here, okay? We had a level of liquidity going all the way back to Friday, the 8th of September. We had a low right here. We know lots of stop losses would be below this area. We had a low right here. Lots of stop losses below that area. We had a low right here. Lots of stop losses below that area. We could even draw a little trend line here and see that every time we made a low, we never stopped out the low before it. What does that mean? It means we are building up liquidity, which means if the price dips down below this trend line, a lot of longs will get stopped out, which will inject liquidity into the market, which will allow bigger players to then buy the Bitcoin from those longs being stopped out. And when I say Bitcoin, I mean S&P 500 contract. I don't even know what the heck it is I'm trading. I'm just trading the charts, all right? And what happened? We came down to that level. We took the liquidity, and we actually got a chicken's drinking water pattern here with bullish divergences. If we check out the 12-minute time frame, we actually did see on the ES mini futures chart the bullish Sam Bankman-Fried pattern, money flow and momentum waves getting higher, just like our good friend Sam Bankman-Fried right here in the chest. And then look at this, all right? This is actually one of my favorite types of trade setups. When you see a chicken's drinking water, and if anybody doesn't know what a chicken's drinking water is, chicken's drinking water basically means you're building up liquidity, and then the price dips down, and then real quick laps back up, like a chicken drinking water. A chicken will take her beak, she'll dip it into the water, and then real quick, lap it back up. In fact, if we go to a website called youtube.com, and we search for chickens drinking water, of course it's saved here, and we can see one of my favorite videos right here, a rooster and a chicken drinking water. We gotta wait for these ads. Okay, here we go. Watch the chicken. She'll take her beak, right? Remember, this bowl of water is the liquidity, the stop losses. She'll take her beak, she'll shove it down to the water, bam, and then she'll take it up. That's called a chicken's drinking water pattern, right? We saw it happen right here. Now we go down to the 1 minute time frame. Watch this. 1 minute time frame, the chickens drank water. This is how precise fibs are, guys. This is how precise Fibonacci levels can be. All right, look at this. We get that first low, we put in a first high, we come down and we bounce right from the area between our two favorite sisters, 6 Juanita and the 786ia. And from that point, bam, that's actually where I got into the long trade, right from Fibonacci golden pocket retracement. If we go down to a lower time frame, I'm not going to do it because I turned off my VPN, and you know, I will probably not be able to look at this chart anymore. By the way, guys, BingX, but you can see where we came down, we came up, and then we came back down and dipped into that Fibonacci golden pocket right here, right? BingX is where I trade markets like the S&P 500 index using Tether as my margin. So if you're a crypto guy like myself and you don't want to use a traditional brokerage account, but you want to trade these markets, take advantage of the volatility, you can absolutely use BingX. And MEXC is what I trade crypto on. Best deal on fees, MEXC. 0% market order fee, 0.01%, 0% limit order fee, 0.01% market order fee. It's great if you know how to trade. If you don't know how to trade, well, get educated. You could join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where every single day we've got a whole bunch of amazing instructors doing their live streams, walking you through the charts live, giving their setups and all that. Also, we are happy to announce, oh dang, VPN issues. We are happy to announce White Phoenix's Smart Money Approach to Trading, the most comprehensive course out there, guys. If you're new, if you have been doing this for a while, struggling, check it out, jasoncaspertrading.com. Honestly, I mean it when I say this is the most comprehensive course I've ever seen. I'm going through it now. It's great. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it, and I've been trading for a long time. It's just a different perspective on the markets. He goes over everything. Like, for a complete beginner, he'll even give you a whole bunch of his strategies that he uses. Look at all these strategies he gives you. It's great. I highly recommend you check it out. If you join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, he will give you a juicy discount on that course. I think it's like $200 off. All right, so back to the Bitcoin. Bitcoin, guys, dumping like a wild woman in distress once again. If anybody's just joining the stream, guys, we are watching the Bitcoin price dump. The reason why we dumped, once again, the reason we dumped is because the price came up to the area between the Fibonacci golden pocket and the 786. And locally, we saw whales manipulating the retail traders. Okay? This morning, in the New York Open live stream we did in the Casper Crew, one of the potential short trades that we were going to take was if the price came back up to this area that we circled, because during the live stream, we were around, let's see, we stopped that live stream at around 10:30. So the price was right about here when we ended the live stream. And I said, if the price comes up into this area and we see whales absorbing retail traders, then take a short, right? I would take a short. I'd never told anyone to take a short. I said I would take a short. And when we see the price coming up into this area, making a lower high, and we see more longs than shorts opening, it means whales are absorbing those longs. Because again, the market is moved by the participants in the market. If there's more longs than shorts, price will go up and make higher highs. If there's more shorts than longs, price will go down and make lower lows. So if we see more longs here than we saw here, what's the only possible explanation to that is as the retail traders are FOMOing long, the big players, the whales, the market maker. Yo, 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 ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Tino from Traders Reality. Mad love and respect to you all. Happy days. We got the market maker right here, absorbing the retail traders' longs. All right, some people call them whales. Shout out to Tino, by the way. Mad love and respect to you, my man. All right, so we got the whales here absorbing. We saw it on the order flow chart. This is XO charts. This will literally show you exactly what is happening. You can see at this high, we had 69 million, and at this high, we had 74 million. All right, what does that mean? That means there's 5 million more longs opening up at that lower high than there were at the higher high. because there's more longs and price is getting lower, into the Fibonacci golden pocket that is called absorption. And once those whales fill their orders, they will push the price down, baby. Down, down, baby. All the way down. Maybe we're going to break through. Hope we don't get scabies and turn blue. In high school, I used to like the band Brand New. I'm trying to rhyme if I can find the time. Guys, make sure to drop a like. On the treadmill, baby. Getting that cardio in. Shout out to my man for the super chat. Congrats on the 100K subscribers. Thank you for the hard work. Man, thank you guys for the 100,000 subscribers. That's all I can say. God bless you guys for the 100,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brian. I didn't counter trade CryptoFace. I didn't know he was long. I'll be honest. I didn't know, and I was just waiting for a short setup. We should put Tino on the treadmill. Man, me and Tino got to do a collab up in here. All right? How can you see the amount of shorts versus longs? So, you can use exocharts. This is what I use. But exocharts will tell you, right here, the delta will tell you the shorts versus longs. So, basically, I think you can do it in CoinLives for free. I just don't actually know how. So, let's say, for example, you have a candle, like this candle right here. Let's look at this candle right here. Right? It has 30 million volume. The total volume. The delta, 10 million, means of that 30 million, there's 10 million more longs than shorts. If the delta is purple, that means there's more shorts than longs. If the delta is blue, that means there's more longs than shorts. And if you're using red and green, then you need to stop trading and start using blue and purple, because it changes everything, okay? It just has an effect on the central nervous system, okay? Trust me, I've been trading blue and purple forever, and you know, it works well for me, okay? All right. Okay, all right. Let's see. Are we going to keep dumping? Again, we're coming down to the value area high. We're finding support. We know it's not only the value area high, but it's also the local 786 Fibonacci. Beautiful confluence. Would you look at this, right? The fibs defending. We know if we lose this box right here, we are going to see a long squeeze that will absolutely shatter and shake. It will be spicier than a bunch of jalapeno peppers in a bowl with milk and a spoon. All right? It's going to be crazier than a wild woman looking like Janet Yellen running through the jungle with a laundry basket on her head. And shout out to Janet Yellen, by the way. She's actually starting a fitness channel. She's going to tell you how he keeps... Ooh, was that a Freudian slip? Janet Yellen's going to tell you how he keeps her midsection so trim while also having a face that looks like this. Here's the thing. She keeps her face like this because, as you can see, her face gives trade signals. And it makes her a lot of money. Okay? It's worth it. Right? It's worth it. It's worth it for her. Because she knows a lot about making money. She's the only person I know who can balance a budget of negative trillions of dollars and still have plenty of money just to spend on everything. I don't know how she does it. I should really learn from her. I've been having some financial issues lately. Bitcoin getting a little move to the upside right now. Finding support on the Fibonacci golden pocket right here. All right, look at this. Look at this. Look at this little bounceroni. Bam, 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 boom, bam, boom, bam. All right, should I close the short? Nah, I've already taken profits on it. More than half of the trade is out, so I'm going to let this thing ride. If we bounce, you guys know I've still got my longs open from the low, from the trade setup given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Okay? I'm also in multiple shorts. I'm in 3 Bitcoin shorts. I'm in 2 Bitcoin longs. I'm very well hedged. All right? Boom. I'm still holding out for my $30,000 target. Even if we had that long squeeze, I would be looking for something like this. I would add to the long trade right here if I see bullish divergences on the chart. All right? Shout out to Memory Man. Shout out to Jay Armo. Shout out to Divine Hood. Shout out to Donnie DW. It's inspiring to see me positive after what happened. It's all I can do, my friend Donnie DW. What else can I do, my friend? What else can I do? Shout out to Player One. Shout out to Crypto Incognito. Shout out to Splashfire Film. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Felipe Collin. My banner at the top is too wide. We can't see the minutes on the chart. What do you mean the minutes on the chart? You mean the funding rate countdown? What do you mean? What do you mean, the timestamps? They're on the bottom of the chart. They're on the bottom of the chart. I don't know what you mean, my friend. Let me know. Shout out to The Time. Shout out to Nas Industry. Shout out to Papyrozeus. Pyrozeus. He says, how are you doing, Jason? Be blessed in the name of Jesus. Like the stream. Thank you so much for the like. Shout out to CryptoKO22. What is going on? How are you, my man? Shout out to Memory Man. He uses orange and green. All right. Mad love to Memory Man. Shout out to Eduardo. Like button following. Shout out to Boyan in the chat, guys. Boyan, one of the best traders in the world. One of the Casper Crew instructors. Literally one of the best traders, man. Boyan is on fire with his TA. Posting the juiciest technical analysis in there. Trading stocks, futures, Forex. Absolutely crushing it. Shout out to Boyan. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Mo11. What is going on? All right. Okay. All right. Wow. You guys are amazing. God bless you all. We got about 700 people in here, 500 likes. Let's see if we can't get the likes up to the watchers. I'm talking about those watchers that came down in the days of Jared. Just kidding. I'm not talking about those watchers. I'm talking about you guys. You guys watching the dang stream. All right. We are holding sport right here. Let's check out some other things, guys. We checked out the S&P 500. Let me turn off some of this stuff here. Guys, the S&P 500, right? Like I said, I did take a long on that. I did take a long on the S&P, but here's the thing. I actually did close out that short I was in. I closed out that short I was in on the S&P. And I didn't actually really mean to close it out, but I closed the whole thing out instead of a partial. I closed the whole thing out instead of a partial down at these lows. But in the Casper Crew, we gave the short on the ES from 45.60. If we had bearish divs on these time frames, come up to 45.60 right here. And we got the bearish divs on those time frames. And it is kind of a bummer that I'm actually out of the trade, guys, because I do think we're going to come down lower. But here's the thing. With the S&P 500 right now, this is the ES Mini Futures chart. We have simply come down to the bottom of a range. We've done so with the bullish Sam Bankman-Fried pattern. Right? We got the chickens drinking water, as we talked about before. And now, if we can hold above this value area low at 45.07, I see no reason why I actually can't long this up to 45.40 and potentially look for another short trade. And here's why. Because when we take a look at this little chunk right here, we potentially have a change in market structure, right? We have our high, our low, and this low right here took out these previous lows. So we made a lower low locally. And so maybe we'll make a lower high locally and then come down even more. So definitely keep your eyes on the 45.30-ish zone, value area high, Fibonacci golden pocket, daily level up there for a potential short. And when we look at market cipher B, the money flow does look bearish. It looks bearish even though we got a bullish divergence on the lower time frames. These higher time frame money flows are still looking bearish. So if we get another move to the upside here, right, especially if we get some kind of crazy bearish divergence, hidden bearish divergence, that would absolutely be a head and shoulders pattern, and we could look for that short trade down to lower prices. And really, I do have some pretty low targets right now for SPX, for the ES, just like I do for Bitcoin, because remember, I'm still holding true to my plan on Bitcoin right here, which is the Grandmaster plan, which if we go to the daily time frame, we can see that my Grandmaster plan is basically to hold a swing short down below $18,000, potentially to the yearly open. But I am longing this retracement from 24,930, potentially to get a lower high right into the Fibonacci golden pocket 786 to add to the short and then take it down to a price below $25,000. So I kind of have the same view on Bitcoin as I do on the S&P 500, because if we go to the daily, we can see that if we zoom out here, actually, let me remove some of these lines on the chart to clean things up a tad, all right? We can see that this chart right here looks very, very similar to the Bitcoin chart in the sense that we have changed market structure here, right? We made a high, we made a lower low. Now potentially we're making a lower high, and so we can expect another lower low to be put in here, right? So these markets tend to move together, and we can't forget the fact that the dollar is still looking pretty bullish. In fact, I haven't really looked at the dollar today. The dollar's actually down today. That makes sense because we've seen like S&P and Bitcoin pump. But in general, this still looks kind of bullish to me. Money flow on the dollar on the daily still getting thicker. Like I say, I still think we can see the dollar pump until early 2023. I think we're going to put in a double top, potentially a higher high here with a massive bearish divergence, which will kick off the Bitcoin bull market. So we'll have to see how that goes, y'all. We'll have to see how that goes. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream. Shout out to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. You guys are absolutely amazing. Shout out to Cool Mallard. The hurricane is still within range to hit Nova Scotia. Interesting. Oh, the time frames. That's what you guys are talking about. The time frames. Yeah, let me see if I can make this thing smaller. I'm sorry, guys. Everything is... There we go. Everything is all out of whack, man. Because I'm a new computer, and all this stuff. You know, I had to get everything new, right? I had to get everything new. Does RSI affect my decisions? Not really. Bearish CVD right now. We have bearish CVD locally on Bitcoin. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. This, yeah, it could be bearish CVD. But here's the thing, right? I wouldn't short this. I would not short this because here's why. We just had a massive drop. And this could just be shorts exhausted, and we've seen a lot of shorts take profits here. We've seen a lot of shorts take profits here. So a lot of this CVD could just be those shorts closing out. We do have some longs opening. But hey, y'all do what y'all want to do. Y'all do what y'all want to do. I mean, it's a very slight divergence here. We got 604,000 and 1 million. That's like 400,000 longs being absorbed potentially. It's nothing too crazy right now. But you know, y'all do what you want to do. But I hope it's bearish, because you know, then maybe this short can play out. Maybe I can add to the long trade right around here. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And let's go back actually to the ES, because I am in that trade and I want to just make sure. If we change market structure, I'm just going to close that out. All right, so if the ES, it's already kind of changed market structure here. If we take this low again, I'm going to close that long. And maybe enter again if we come down to the GP. Because honestly, this does look kind of nice. Honestly, yeah, if we come back into value area, I'm going to just close the long, but I will look to actually re-enter potentially right down here for a scalp trade. Let's see. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are absolutely amazing. Shout out to Felipe. Shout out to Pirate Torres Scanhath. Sackenhalf. Shout out to my man who missed the long, didn't FOMO, and then got into the short. That's what I'm talking about, my friend. That's what I'm talking about. Looking to long the daily and weekly open. That's a nice level as well, my friend. That is a great level to be aware of. Head and shoulders on the ES. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm pissed I closed my short. But it's okay. I'll see if I can get into another. In 2 days, we have FOMC. That should give us, historically speaking, very little volatility. Shout out to Adrian Neal. What is going on, Adrian Neal? God bless you. Shout out to Laplacian Coordinate. Shout out to you, my man. Shout out to Kalandra K Production. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Ma shalomcha. Shout out to MN Fresh Start. He says, let's go. Let's go. All right. All right, all right. Shout out to Mocha. Where do you trade CME? All right, so I don't trade CME. I trade the indexes on BingX. All right, trade the indexes on BingX. So I'm trading the S&P index on BingX. If you have a VPN, you can trade Forex, indices, commodities, stocks, and crypto. And so I use the ES chart because I think it gives me the most accurate signals. I'll go in based on what the ES chart says, and then I'll set my take profits based on the S&P 500 index chart. I know it sounds crazy, guys. I'm going to get a lot of hate for it, all right? But look, I'm an unconventional kind of dude, my man. You know, here I am walking on a treadmill while I'm live streaming, all right? That's unconventional. It's unconventional. My Bitcoin dumping target. So, look, my Bitcoin dump target is basically, this is target 1, guys. This is target 1. Target 1, the Fibonacci golden pocket, the value area high, and we're finding support here. Target 2 for me is going to be the value area low at around 25.650. All right, so target 1, we're here. We hit target 1. If you're short, make sure to take a profit now. Next TP for me on the short would be here. And I'm approaching this as like a day trade kind of thing, a range trade, all right? I understand we could dump much lower, okay? But I'm holding swing shorts from much higher. So I'm taking profit on my shorts. I'm taking profit on my local shorts early because I'm holding swing shorts. So, you know. Yeah, so target for the short, I would say 25,650 is the next major target. If we get another move down, it's probable we come down 25,650. That's what I say. Shout out to Scarface Oz. Shout out to Crypto Wall. Thank you so much for subscribing, my friend. May God bless you. You're amazing. Shout out to Crypto Main. Shout out to F1 Clips Escorts. Shout out to DXY is pumping. Pump song. It might help. What's good, DeFi Rebels? What is going on, my man? Shout out to Ale, got the short from the VIP live this morning. Shout out to HIM Crypto, very volatile. Shout out to Mr. Everything from Pakistan. What is going on, my man? What is going on? Bitcoin and DXY are correlated, so it's bullish. All right. All right. Guys, if anyone has any questions or you want me to take a look at anything, let me know in the chat. I'll answer a question for you. I'll take a look at whatever you want to take a look at right here. Thank you to everybody who liked the stream. You guys are amazing. Mikester, potential breakdown of the rising wedge right now. Yeah, it's potential. You're talking about this thing here? It's potential. I mean, it is potential. And if we get that, right? If we get that, you know, look, I know someone's going to yell at me and say, you drew it wrong. Whatever. If we get that, the target is like literally right down to the support that we're looking at, right? So, yeah, this could, if we lose the value area high, it's more probable we come to value area low. So these patterns, you know, they're just like cheats for not knowing TA, basically. Because look, right, we did all this TA to find out the same thing as this, which is if we break down from here, we're going to hit the target down here, right? But really, it's just telling us if we lose the value area high of the range, it's most probable we come down to the value area low of the range. And it also just so happens that the target is confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket, right? So we have a lot of confluences pointing that yes, if we lose this wedge, we're coming down to our target of around 25,650. You know. Burn out that ATP, my man. Can you pay for the Discord in Tether? Yeah, you can. You can. Can we look at the ES at the same time on BingX? Yes, you can long and short the same time on BingX, Chris Higgins. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. Do I risk swing trades differently? Typically, no. Milo, I typically don't. I typically enter swing trades with high leverage, and I enter them on a very low time frame. That's why. That's why I enter them on a low time frame. What would be my overall target if we put in a lower high toward 29K? Okay, so if we put in the lower high toward 29K, my target would be this. All right, I'm gonna go to the daily here. I know that this is crazy, right? But look, it's probable that we come down around the Fibonacci golden pocket and high volume nodes, so a little bit above 20K. But here's the thing, I'm personally, and you guys can go and back test this, but if we go to the 12-month chart, let's go to the 12-month actually. Go to the 12-month chart. Actually, we don't even need to go to the 12-month chart. We can go to the 1 month. But when we opened up January, which is the yearly open, that was right here. January 2023. 16,500, that's the yearly open. If you guys look at yearly opens, let's see. The yearly open, look at this. All right, the yearly open, we opened up the year and it was a bearish year last year during the bear market. We dropped down from the yearly open about 30%. And then we come up to test the yearly open. That's our resistance and we dump down even more, okay? You will notice that the yearly opens are very well respected. Check this out, okay? Look at this. The yearly open from January, all right? The yearly open from January, I'm sorry, it's down here. Would you believe that? The yearly open, January 2021, we pump up, guess what? We dump down, bounce from the yearly open, and then get another move, okay? And then this is during the bull market, yearly open, massive support. In the bear market, yearly open, massive resistance. Here we are, in my opinion, bear market over, not yet having, yearly open is probably going to be massive support. And we have to also understand that this is simply just a massive sideways range. It's just a massive sideways range. We've come to the top of the range. How do we know we've come to the top of the range? Because of the fact that the yearly open from January 2021 is the massive support resistance flip. It was our support back here. It was our support flip to resistance right here. And now we come up to it again. And we have our clearly defined low right here. We've got our clearly defined low flipped into a high right here. So we would expect that we're just going to trade in a sideways range like Bitcoin always does. Look at this. Low to the high, to the low, to the high, right? That's just what Bitcoin does, always, right? I mean, look, from the low to the high, to the low, to the high. And then we even get a little rejection from the high before the big breakout. It's hard to see, but if we go on log scale, we can see in the last bear market, literally the same thing. From the low to the high, to the low, to the high, and then when we come back up to the high, right here, we even get a month of rejection, right? June 2020 was a red month because it was a sideways range, and then once we broke out of that, boom, we start a new range. So it's not until, in my opinion, we break out of this range that we'll see Bitcoin coming back up here. I want to see, we need to see a strong close above. We never saw that. We saw the swing failure pattern on the weekly. Right? We saw the chickens drinking water on the weekly. Do you need a sub account to schlong on MEXC? No, you don't. You don't. You do not. You do not. Shout out to Jay Bull in the chat, my man. God bless you, bro. Shout out to KC. Can you pay for the Discord and crypto? Yes, you can. Yeah, you gotta join the free Discord and hit up one of the moderators. Shout out to WaveBrain999 who liked the stream twice. Can we take a look at Solana? Shout out to Divine Hood. Yeah, we could take a look at Solana. We could take a look at Sol. Man, that Sol short was so nice. Right from that weekly order block. Shout out to ICT, shout out to Smart Money Concepts, Smart Money Trading, Smart Money Trading and Concepts, Forex.com. I'll be honest with you about Sol. Like, I'm looking at it on the high-term time frames here. I would like to see another catastrophic dump, actually. Yeah, I would like to see another dump. So, here's the thing. Sol, the long opportunity was down here. We are coming back down to test support. Let's zoom in on the lower time. Let's assume that the bottom's in on Sol. All right, if we assume the bottom's in on Sol, I think we have something to work with. But we have to assume the bottom's in, because if we assume the bottom's in and we assume we're in an uptrend, we actually do have something to work with here. All right, I'm gonna close this out. I'm going to take the profit and run, baby. Keep the Bitcoin short open. All right, let's get back to Sol. Okay, so Sol. This was a bounce from the Fibonacci Golden Pocket, okay? And if we look at this as a sideways range, we look at this entire chunk here as its own sideways range. Man. So here's the thing with Sol. I could see why someone would make the case that this is a nice bottom. We put in our low, our high. We put in our low, our high, our higher low, our higher high, our higher low, our higher high. If this is a true reversal, this could very well be a higher low. I just don't have a lot of confluences for having a bias on this one or the other, because everything that I like to see on a chart, nothing's lining up for me. Like this bottom, I would have wanted to see like a really nice bullish div. I know we see one on the daily. I would have wanted to see one on the weekly. I know we see a hidden bullish div on the daily here. Yeah, I mean, I'm flopping and groping. I'm flopping and groping with Sol. I don't know. I'm sorry, Divine Hood. I'm sorry. Maybe next time we do a VIP stream, I'll do a much more in-depth analysis on it, because just by superficially looking at this chart, nothing gets me super excited. Nothing gets me super excited about this chart. But I would say this. If the bottom's in, and if this is the beginning of an uptrend, it's very obvious that this is support. It's very obvious that this is support. It's the bottom of a local range. It's a support resistance flip. It's the Fibonacci 786. So yeah. All right. Lost 700K and still doing cardio. Well, hey, if you can't stay healthy, guys, what else do you have? You know? Shout out to Memory Man. That would be awesome, bro. All right, guys. I'm going to head out. I love all of you. God bless you in Jesus' name. Even if you're not religious, may the Lord bless you and protect you. May he shine light upon you, have grace upon you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you wholeness. Guys, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. God bless you all, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!